The rules-based global order is dead. It just hasn't been marked to market yet. The issue is that U.S. military on the margin is now made in China. And so we have hollowed out so much of our defense industrial base, particularly around certain key components, rare earths, et cetera, that we literally cannot go to war. The last people to understand that the whole, well, ultimately the U.S. military backs the dollar, which backs the rules-based global order, as it were, the last people to understand that the U.S. military can't do that to China, to Russia, ironically, are Wall Street. They're still stuck in this, well, we'll just go beat up the Russians. We just haven't tried hard enough in Russia. We haven't tried hard enough in Ukraine. If we actually tried, like, dude, read the report. We, in 11 days of medium intensity combat, we chewed through like 15% of our air defense, THAAD air defense missiles. Like, we literally couldn't go a month against the Russians or against the Chinese. And the military knows this, by the way. But my point for the economic side of it is, if the dollar was backed by the military and the dollar backed the rules-based global order, and we know, obviously, the Chinese and Russians are trying to make changes to the rules-based global order, and the military absolutely cannot kick in the Russians and the Chinese head because they don't have the supply chain to do it, and they won't have the supply chain, engineers, welders to do it for 10 years best case. Then you come to a very, very powerful conclusion that you highlighted, which is the rules-based global order is dead. It just hasn't been marked to market yet. The West doesn't understand. We can't go to war to stop what's happening here. And what's happening here is the communists and the Russians have instituted a capitalist new rules system, which is we're going to trade in our own currency and we're going to net settle it at the central bank level in gold. And that gold's going to float in everybody's currency level. That is way more capitalist than the dollar-based system of the last 40 years, ironically, very ironically. But that's where we are.